Hey, just a few minutes ago, I had a chat with Jussi from the band Cannibal Accident, a Finnish grindcore band, with lyrical themes that border on the most romantic stuff in this genre. Just a joke, it's horrible. Just thinking about trauma, cannibalism, and butchery. But hey, Yussi's a nice guy, and we had a lot to talk about. Influences, of course, like anytime in any interview I ever did. But yeah, you know the drill. Watch it, have fun, and most important of all, stay safe out there. Wash your hands, keep the distance. Yeah, use a condom and brush your teeth. Jussi Helenius of the band CANNIBAL ACCIDENT. These guys are releasing a new full-length record on the 26th. I'm right. I'm right, and it's called Necro Cluster. So I got the page of the Encyclopedia Metallum open here, just researching a bit, and I see the lyrical themes of your band: gore, murder, butchery, and cannibalism. And it's all very romantic here.
Yeah, it's very nice. Every day sensuality.
Yeah.
But it's done with a lot of dark humor and some tongue-in-cheek extreme expressions. So but we have also the serious side in a way, but you have to dig quite deep to find it.
So what brought you into music and grindcore in general?
Well, personally, I started to listen to metal music in the end of 80s. I was like 11, 12, something, and the first band started in the mid 90s back then, and jumping to this point, this present, or actually like 10 years ago when I joined Cannibal Accident, it was like a project of my friends, two friends who it was supposed to be only a studio project. And we were like only the guest vocalists there, doing some vocals and drinking beer in the studio with the guys and having fun there. But like it sometimes happens, then the band evolved into a real lineup with 5 guys, and we started to do shows also. But what I have listened to like the old grindcore, old death metal almost since the day I started to listen to metal. Like 2 or 3 years after I heard my first Metallica and Slayer and stuff like that, I was already listening to Morbid Angel and Death and Napalm Death, Carcass, and those old school bands are really the main influence for Cannibal Accident. The guys who make the music, like the old Napalm Death, old Carcass, some Repulsion, and some mosh parts added from the hardcore crossover bands, and that's the thing. What makes that, these are the ingredients to our songs.
So at the similar artists section of the Metal Archives, I see you are compared to Napalm Death. So that's quite a big band to be compared to. That's
we have never tried to hide the influence though. It's musically it's the 2 first Napalm Death albums which have those like not blast beat all the time, but also those catchy like most parts and groovy you know, middle parts and stuff like that. Not the modern grindcore which of these days, like when bands are trying to be faster and more brutal than anyone else, which is impossible nowadays because everything's been done almost already. So we first and foremost we want to make the songs like memorable and that the people can find some like hooks and catchy parts there, and also then break up the good feeling with the blast beat and try to keep the songs quite short and tight. We have not written any song which is longer than 3 minutes. It's been like,
Yeah, I saw that on the new record. It's it's a short one, 29 minutes 33. So and the most of the songs are 1 minute 18 to, I don't know, 2 minutes 13. So
yeah.
no time wasted here.
Yeah, it's like we don't want to, if you find some if you arrange some good catchy part, we don't want to waste it so much that we overdo it, you know, like if we have a like catchy chorus, we use it like 2 times, 3 times maximum, and then and some most part can be like just in the end of the song, and that's the end of the song. Then it's like somebody's waiting for another part after that, but it's not coming.
The next part of this song is the next song.
yeah. And also we have like a silent rule that one album should not be longer than 30 minutes. So we had actually, when we recorded the songs for the album, it's almost 2 years ago actually, in the summer of 2019. We had 4 or 5 more songs, but because the total length was more than 30 minutes, we wanted to release some other songs on a separate EP which we released last year. So to keep the album length under the rule.
Yeah, that's straight.
Yeah.
To say the least. That's okay. We still got songs left, but this rule is more important.
Yeah. They are great songs. They could have been in the album also, but I don't actually remember how we chose the songs which were on the EP. This was maybe some drunken lottery or something. I don't know. But yeah, we want to keep them the whole package like tight and into the point, and not to wander around with some epic 5-minute ballads or whatever.
Funny thing is when I read your name the first time, instantly had to think of the crime writer, the thriller author, Jussi Helenius. Do you know them? His books?
What was the last name?
Olsen. Jussi Helenius.
I don't think I know that.
I don't know if he's Finnish or if he's from Sweden. That's I have to Google that. But
Okay.
he's writing unpleasant stuff.
Okay.
That's
That might be
maybe for inspiration.
yeah.
I tend to review lots of different genres, and it's funny to see so many songs put on a relatively short record. Last I had some prog to review, and that record was 1 hour 16 long, and it had like, I don't know, 10 songs.
Yeah. But of course, it depends on what kind of music. If you play some funeral doom or like some were really epic Viking metal or something. Then the atmosphere is built with the length and the repetition of the songs and the riffs and the atmosphere, and of course the riffs. If you play one riff, it's like 10 times more longer when you play one riff for a grindcore song.
Yeah, there is that band. I don't know if you know them. They're called Conan.
I know them actually. Yeah, I have seen them live in my hometown some years ago.
And they play their chords very long.
Yeah,
it's like the first chord of some songs from Conan are as long as one song of your band. So
yeah,
I can play the chord and it's.
The intro is longer than our first 3 songs.
Yeah, it can be very cool, but it can also be very boring. It's for me. If I check out a band, I always want to listen to the lyrics because the vocals are the most important stuff for me. And if I want to check out some doom bands, some epic doom bands, I always have to skip 2 minutes of intro to finally hear someone sing. That's killing my time.
Concentration.
It's like I guy, please just sing.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with this intro. I have a question. The song number 8, Mellan Köttbullar.
Yeah, it's Swedish, and it's actually not proper Swedish. It's like some idiotic Cannibal Accident Swedish.
What is the meaning of mellan?
It's like a middle, like in the middle, and köttbullar is meatballs. And it's it's hard to translate it in English because it's a stupid wordplay which is from Finnish and Swedish. But it's basically our friend wrote these lyrics, who's also singing on the song, mostly on that song, and it's like making meatballs out of the meat. Out of the flesh, which is like between your testicles and anus. That's the I don't know what's the word in English, but I think somewhere in that area.
Yeah, that reminds me of Team America, where the dude in the bar is having a monologue about this part of the human body.
Yeah.
He's comparing pussies to assholes.
Yeah.
And it's lengthy, but it's really great because the main character has to throw up after that monologue, and he's vomiting all over the place, and in the background you have really epic music to every burst of vomit coming out of him, and it's like bum, 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 and it's fucking great.
Yeah,
it's my favorite scene.
If you see the lyrics of the song, you understand more about the meaning behind there.
After cruising with the boat in the archipelago, drinking all day and eating Baltic herring and potatoes.
Yeah, but the story develops from that there,
Yeah, Doros crushed in the heat.
Barbaric extremes, yeah. And it's also a story about that's like the guy in the story is our guitarist actually, because he lives there at the Pargas shores, which is a small town next to like 30 kilometers from here.
And anytime I think of this guy now, I think of Doros crotch.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. And that's the lyrics written by our friend Ira, who also sings on this track. It is brutal grunts.
By the way, the cover for Necrocluster, who did that? It's nice and ugly at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of our friends who's an artist. He paints and also writes music, and he also he makes a lot of paintings and he sells them or like and I don't know if they're being used as album covers before, but the actual painting was it's actually a lot bigger. We made actually a poster of that. It's like a big poster also, but we took the both. We have the album covers, different album covers for CD and for vinyl, because we wanted more detailed album cover for the vinyl. So we choose one part of the painting, which I don't know which cover you are looking now, but it has more details, and the CD cover is with that zombie face. That
yeah, I like the look of the texture. You can see I think it's oil or something, and you can see the texture of the canvas.
Yeah, I think he painted it on some kind of chipboard or some rough canvas or something.
Yeah, that's nice. It reminds me of old Slayer covers a bit.
Oh yeah, now that you say it, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, the coloring and the roughness of the picture. It's very early Slayer. That always is. That's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the plans for Cannibal Accident as soon as Corona and the pandemic and all the shit going down is over?
Well, of course we try to find some gigs to play, because we haven't done it. We had luck to play two shows last year in the autumn, when there was some like a more easier time regarding the corona, but it was not so how to say, there was not so everybody noticed that there was not so many people around, because people were afraid to go to public gatherings. So but we played two shows, but they were cool, but we are looking forward to play more, and as soon as it's normally possible. We are not gonna play any like those safety shows. It's not reasonable for this kind of music, you know, because the live situation and the concerts, they require that like the contact between the band and the audience, and the sweat and beer and sometimes blood and and that, you know, that
people being touchy,
and that,
hugging each other and banging their heads.
You cannot do the mosh pits when you're sitting at the table.
Yeah, that's right.
Perhaps.
Maybe it would be a solution to have more stuff in the summertime in open air places, and you have, like, I don't know, platforms for maybe a few people who are tested or live together, so they can do their shit and safely distanced, but everybody can kind of freak out a bit. Because that's needed for metal always, to have the ability to freak out a bit, to shout, to sing, to bang, and to maybe kick someone in the face if you want to.
Yeah, like in a normal way, and a friendly way.
Yeah. Friendly violence.
Yeah.
Friendly fire.
Yeah.
Friendly Fire is a cool name for the death metal band. Mark my words. But
I think Exodus had that one live album called Good, Friendly, Violent, Fun, something like that.
I could that there is already a band named Friendly Fire, and I'm checking it right now for the two of us.
For the record.
Yes, it's a German thrash band. No, it's not. Huh? What? Okay, I don't get it. Never mind.
Okay.
I never did that. Yeah. So, if I get it right, Napalm Death is one of your favorite bands, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, musically they are really the top 3 influences to this band. Totally, yeah.
I never did get how vocalists in death metal bands and grindcore bands can do that vocals. I never managed to do stuff like that. My voice just can't do this. I can sing. I can try to go very high. That's okay, but it's like my brother can do death metal grunts, growls, and stuff like that. But me, no, no chance.
Yeah, mostly the other vocalist Heikki makes those very deep and low death metal grunts. He has really inhuman voice, and my part is more the high pitch screaming and that kind of vocals. But it's something that I have been a vocalist in one or more bands at the same time since like 94, 95, and I have never. It's always like I have learned it myself just by listening to the albums which I liked and back then, and maybe I have been lucky that I haven't lost my voice, because I have heard of people who have screamed their voice to oblivion, and I cannot do those deep low grunts so well, or at least not so perfectly as Heikki does. But I know that kind of technique also. How is it done? But it's always self-learned and I have now there is like 1,000 videos about how to make your death metal grunts and how to practice it with the right technique that you don't kill your voice or whatever. But well, that's maybe great, but it's at least what I have known. Maybe I'm too old school, but it's something that you have to learn and test and try it out yourself, and it's nothing you can read from the books or learn from some tutorial videos.
How did you invent the nickname Kurwa Doktor?
Well, we both know, of course, what kurva means in Polish.
It's not a nice word.
yeah, but it's to a Finnish ear, it really sounds like a name, like a person's name. So it's basically it's just like a pseudonym for me in this band, and that's something that was not invented in a sober state. And that's what, and it's just some the main reason it was because it sounded like a person's name to us. Of course, it doesn't. If you ask from a Polish guy or from a Russian guy, it sounds quite stupid, but it's not the point. It's just some nickname for this band. Yeah.
So, how would you describe living in Finland?
In which way? In general, or
in general, and compared to different parts of the world you know, and if you traveled around and saw living in other countries, for example.
Yeah, for what I have traveled around before, I have been to Europe in many countries and some other places. But I don't know that in general, I think living here is quite easy and peaceful and simple, maybe compared to some other countries where the, like, for example, the state or the government has more like corruptive power or whatever. But at the same time, it's like the Finnish people are quite relaxed and peaceful and content to their own lives, that they if they want something to change, it's not in France they go to streets and burn some cars, and and in Finland they write in the internet and cry in their nearest pub into their pint, and that's their protest.
Yeah, we in Germany are similar, I would say. It's I realized that the internet is a place. Sometimes it's a place for people who don't like to speak out for themselves in the real world, and that can be very negative in a way that some people behave in a way they would never dare in real life. You know,
Yeah.
like people, naming you bad names, insulting you in very bad ways, and you know exactly you wouldn't do that when we would be face to face. So you would shit your pants.
Yeah, that's and nobody would. Nobody. I've always said that if you're writing something about someone or some things that who are not present, just imagine if they would be in the same room, or imagine if you are writing in some like a Facebook group or something, which is consisting of maybe thousands of people or less, like even 10 or 20 people. Imagine saying that same thing in a room where there are 10 other people, or would you do that? Then that's the thing, and people should like more consider compare the real life, comparing the real life to the social media life. It's like, you know, someone is gonna say that you can say anything, but you wouldn't say basically anything face to face. At least most normal people wouldn't do. Of course, there are some psychopaths that would say anything or do anything, but the majority of people would not be so rough to each other, you know, in reality, compared to how rough they are acting or pretending to be when they are nameless, and or even if they are writing with their own name, they can be more idiotic or cruel compared to when talking face to face.
Yeah, I really think that is a problem. Cyberbullying is a real existing problem, because these people get away with mobbing people, but the victims are affected in a real way, and so you can, it's like hit and run, you know. You can hurt people without facing the same consequences as if you did it in real life, but you nevertheless you did hurt someone, and there's people killing themselves over shit like that, and it's just it's a downside to connection.
Yeah, but then especially for the younger people who have lived their whole lives with the existence of social media and internet, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and it's a lot different than like comparing to myself. When I had my first email address like in 96, 97 or something, Hotmail.
Freenet.
yeah, and like my first cell phone, I had it when I graduated from the high school, like I was 18 or something. And now when the younger people, they are born with the cell phone in their hands basically.
Yeah.
And the whole interaction is more and more based on the social media and the channels created in the internet and in the virtual life, not meeting people all the time like outside your house or whatever. And when you're talking with each other, like only by writing or like some short messages, then the misunderstandings are more a lot more easier to happen. And if you're talking with your friends in a outside in a park or in a pub or playing some sports with or whatever, doing in the real life, then the misunderstandings are easier to correct, like immediately.
Yeah, you see the face, you see the yeah. In German, you say mimic. I forgot the word in fucking English, but it's like if you see the face of your friend and he's saying something, you instantly recognize if he if it's true and if it's has a bad meaning, if he wants to insult you or something like that. And I had very few. No, not few. Few is the wrong word. I had many fights over ICQ, and I remember because it was like you can't see if someone is writing in a sarcastic or ironic way, and it's like, is it what you think?
Yeah, and even if you put some smileys or whatever there, people are interpreting them in a different way, and sometimes thinking that. I'm thinking that if one same smiley can mean 5 different things compared to who writes it and in what situation. So it's like you have to you cannot know, you cannot always know for sure what's behind that one sentence, for example, if you don't see the person who is saying that.
Yeah, it's quite complicated, and I think this fact further separated us while still connecting us with each other in the electric way over the internet. These things we lack. It's we don't see each other. We are not really connected in a normal way. And that is separating and connecting at the same time, and it's not natural. And I think that's not okay.
Yeah, I think so too, man. But like I said, that for the younger generation, it's like for some people, it's the only way. It's the only real way. Of course, they are seeing like friends and classmates in school and when if they have some hobbies or whatever, but the first the first option to meet your friend is not to call him and let's see at the mall or let's see at the park. It's like let's see at WhatsApp or FaceTime or whatever.
Yeah, it's good that we have this yeah, this technology at the moment, because we can't see each other like we did before. But I'm a bit scared of the future when it comes to the after effects. I think many people won't go back to normal and won't return to normal connections and meetings so soon, I think. So that will be quite thrilling.
Yeah.
But let's go back to music. I have one final question for today,
Okay.
and it's always the same. If you could play your dream lineup for a festival or for a tour, with which bands you would like to go on tour?
That we would play supporting some bands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And that would be for Cannibal Accident and not for me personally. You mean?
No.
For Cannibal Accident as a band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that because it would be possible because those bands are alive, of course, Napalm Death and Carcass, and but also in some twisted way, I would like to go on tour with SOD because that you know the crossover band with
Stormtroopers of Death.
yeah Kotai and those guys, because that band has also been quite a big influence for Cannibal Accident, especially for the most parts and crossover type of parts, and we have had like 2 or 3 like instrumental intro songs for the previous albums, which are like basically, if you listen to them, they are almost like a rip-off from SOD March of the Sword or something like that, but they are like a tribute to them. That would be interesting, but I know that it's not. I don't think that band will make a proper comeback anymore. I don't know, but these 3 bands like Napalm Death, Carcass, and SOD.
Yeah, that sounds.
And maybe our friends from Inferia would be joining us there. The Finnish Grindcore band.
I always think it's great to have 1 or 2 bands that don't exactly fit in, because you can draw their audience to your comforts, and maybe you can steal their fans.
Yeah, we would basically play with any band. That's not a problem. The problem might be that all the bands don't want to play with us.
Yeah, the kids my mom always warned me about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was that. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me, and speaking in your sauna.
Almost next to my sauna.
You have your own sauna. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's quite common in Finland. You know, we have like one or 1.5 million saunas here anyway.
Okay, so it's nothing special, but you still enjoy it, I think.
Yeah, I've been, and even most the smallest apartments have their own small saunas also.
Yeah, you just have to fit into the room, and it's gotta be hot. So
Yeah.
So thanks for your time, Jussi, and wish you the best of luck for the coming release of Necrocluster. May it be a super hit.
It will not be a super hit, but I hope some people will find it amusing and entertaining at least.
Yeah, like I'm always doing when I do a video interview, I am trying to advertise a bit, so maybe I can can influence people into buying your stuff.
Yeah.
At least a bit.
Yeah, and you can. The album is available at our labels, Time to Kill Records from Italy, at their web store, some big Cartel store, and Bandcamp, and also for Finnish persons we have some poster bundles available at Record Shop X, which is a Finnish record store chain, and Finnish people should buy the album there, and everybody else should buy it from Time to Kill resources.
Yeah, perfect. I will link all that.
Yeah, yeah, you'll find the links somewhere anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, you should check out my channel on YouTube. There's always lots of links under the videos, so people will certainly find your stuff.
All right.
Granted. Okay, so I wish you a nice rest of the day, and yeah, maybe we talk again for the next album.
All right. Dankeschön.
Sehr gerne. Bye bye.
See you later.
See ya.